My next guest is one of the most popular motion picture actors working today. He was the star of such films as Repo Man, The Breakfast Club, and his latest film is called St. Elmo's Fire. He was also the prom king of Santa Monica High School. Please welcome Emilio Estevez. Hey, Emilio, nice to see you. Have a seat, sir. Nice to see you. You came bounding right out there. I like that.
I expected some music as well. There you go.
Everyone's whining about music. You know, Repo Man, like I told you before, is the only film I've ever rented.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Ever?
There was one about three couples who get drunk one night and make a bet, but that was a whole different other film. Did you, now when you were making it, you actually worked with a guy whose business was repossessing cars.
Right,
You went out
right.
and studied.
Well, he was kind of the inspiration for the film.
He was the guy who
being written. Our director was a Repo Man for some time before he started directing
And
films.
a Repo Man is a guy who, when payments are...
When you don't make your payments, he comes and he gets your car.
Yeah. Now, you went out with one of these guys.
Right,
What
right.
was that
We
like?
knocked on some doors in some pretty rough neighborhoods. And yeah, it was kind of strange to be in these
Now, what do people say
situations.
when there's a Repo Man and Emilio Estevez, the actor, standing on their front porch telling them, we need your car?
Well, I tell you, that was at a time where nobody really knew who I
Yeah.
was. So it was, but I was still a white guy in a pretty rough neighborhood, and they were like, you know.
And did they trouble, fisticuffs?
No, nothing like that.
Yeah,
Nothing like
yeah.
that. No.
Prom king, is that true?
Yeah, I've been trying to live that down for some time now.
And how did this happen? Did you were you nominated?
No. Well, yeah. There was some nominations done, and I think it was rigged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it was rigged. But they had me wear the crown, and you know, I had to dance with the prom queen. Nola Engel, I think, was her name.
Whatever became of Nola?
I really don't know.
Yeah. This was not a fun experience for you?
No, it was actually very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, there's a big article in New York Magazine
Yes.
about something called the Brat Pack.
Right. And I heard that you wanted to join.
I'd like to be in this
Yeah,
group.
right.
From what I read, I want to be in there.
Well, I tell you, the Brat Pack, that was kind of it was kind of fabricated in this writer's head. You know, he saw a bunch of guys that were hanging out.
Okay,
and,
now who were the guys?
You? Me, it was Rob Lowe, Judd Nelson from The Breakfast Club, a couple other guys. We were hanging out at the Hard Rock Cafe.
In California.
In California,
Yeah.
right. Having a good time, being guys. And he
Now, what does that mean?
Right.
What does that mean, Emilio? When you say being guys, what exactly? Say I get to join.
Right,
What can I
right.
look forward to being a guy?
Late nights at the Hard Rock Cafe, clinking beer bottles, having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that makes
yeah.
perfect sense.
Absolutely.
Now,
yeah.
do you have other activities? Is there fundraising picnics, any of that kind of thing?
No, not really. The evening ends when the Hard Rock closes and we go home.
You go your different ways.
Right,
And according to the magazine article, well, I won't. Some went home alone, others did not.
Well,
But as you say, it's just being guys.
Yes.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
Tell me about St. Elmo's Fire.
St. Elmo's Fire is a new picture coming out June 28th, and that stars a whole ensemble of young actors and
The
actresses.
Brat Pack again.
A couple of the guys from the Brat Pack, right? And and it's kind of like life after college. It takes place now, and it's a happening film. A terrific movie.
A happening film.
Yes, a very
All right.
happening film. It's
Okay,
a lot of fun.
let's take a look at a few minutes now from the St. Elmo's. We don't have a clip. Okay.
We have no
I automatically say that when somebody's talking about a movie. Some nights we have them, some nights we don't have them. So, conditioning. Some say I've been here too long. But you're having fun, aren't you,
Yes,
being a
I'm
star
having a
now?
blast.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
having
think
a
it's a
blast.
great thing that you and your buddies. These are guys you grew up with in some cases,
some
right?
of them, right,
Did you
right.
grew up with you and Sean Penn were
We
childhood
were
pals?
buddies, right. In fact, we all live in the same neighborhood.
Now, how did that happen? Is there a reason that so many guys who are very good actors and who have been so successful all came from the similar? We're talking about maybe a 3 or 4 square mile area.
Right. I have no idea. It's just this natural phenomenon that occurred.
Being studied currently by anthropogists the
Right.
world over.
It is. It actually is.
And you and I sort of in the same neighborhood.
Yes, we are. In fact, I was talking to you earlier about this. I saw you in the bank, and you were about 2 customers ahead of me, and I was in there, and I saw you do your business, and you left, right?
Probably cashing a check.
Right.
Make it sound like I'm a dog or something.
So you left the bank, right? And I wasn't able to do my business there and get out of there in time. So I scrapped whatever I had to do at the bank and I followed you.
Yeah.
And you went to the hardware store to buy a rake or something. I don't know
Yeah,
what.
that's right.
And you
See, that's my version of the Brat pack.
Right.
You get some cash, you go blow it on garden equipment, you know? You just go nuts.
Right. So, so you bought this rake, and then you went to the market,
Yeah.
and I just did not have the courage to.
Well,
come
I wish
up
you
and-
would.
and,
I wish you would have, because
wish
I've met one of your other brothers. I met,
Right.
which one was it?
I
Charlie?
think it was Ramon.
Ramon.
Your brother
I met your
right.
father a couple of times,
Right.
and I wish you would have said hello.
Well, I went home and watched Taxi Driver 6 times. So
Now, do you still live out there?
yeah.
Now, do
yeah.
you every time I go home there, I see Gary Busey sitting out front of the market. Is he still bothering people out there?
No, not anymore. No.
Gary Busey and Max Gale,
Right.
who for a long time, tell him what Max was living in.
Max was living in a teepee on his property while they were constructing his house.
Yeah. The neighbors were really talking about Max
Yes, they
then.
were. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. St. Elmo's Fire, June 28. Who else is in it?
Demi Moore is in it.
I just met the,
Right,
yeah.
right. Rob Lowe, Judd
Yeah.
Nelson, Andrew McCarthy, Mayor Winningham, Andy McDowell. It's directed by Joel Schumacher.
Well, I hope it's a great success.
Right, yeah.
And maybe I'll see you in the neighborhood.
Thank you. All
Quit
right,
following
see you
me.
out there. All right.
We'll be back, folks.